this week? Because I know you've been busy as well. So just
What's
been happening?
So this week, it's been a bit of a whirlwind because obviously life doesn't stop just because of pageants.
Nope.
So I run a film festival, so I've been having to announce all of the upcoming dates for the film festival. I've obviously I went and got my nails done today because it's been a rush. And I've just been doing little bits of preparation here and there, just making sure I'm definitely ready to go on Saturday. It's been a fun week. I really can't complain. It's been the week I've needed after this year. To
be fair, it is the week that I think we've all needed in terms of anticipating that there is a pageant going on and there's something to look forward to at the end of 2020 with everything that's happened. So it's kind of Paula's little gift to the pageant community to be like, Merry Christmas, everybody, we've got a new winner.
Exactly, it's gonna be so fun.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. But in terms of the questions, as I think you've seen with some of the lives, I'm roughly going to keep them the same, maybe changing a one or two here and there. But what made you want to join Miss Universe, GB?
So I've done one pageant last year. That was my first pageant. And I got the pageant bug. I was going through a really odd time in my life where I expected myself to be further on, and I was getting so stressed and worried and anxious that when I found pageants, I realised actually I don't have to rush. I can be proud of where I'm at. I can be fully confident and proud of the individual that I've become. But it took a while to get to that. And so obviously I did the first pageant, and then this year I saw Miss Universe GB, and I saw all the people that participated, and you know, all of those astoundingly inspiring women, and I wanted to be a part of it. I wanted to see if I too could become like them and learn and grow and adapt. And hopefully, you know, this year I'm going to try my best to prove to myself and to all the people that are my friends and family that even though we may have had a rocky time this year, we're here, we're through it, we're still strong, independent, powerful women.
And that's an important message to give out to people, and I'm glad that you found that with pageantry, especially so early on. I've been in the industry for close to 10 years. I feel so old, but it's one of those where I am always eternally grateful to pageants for what they've given me, the friendships that I've been able to make, and they've kind of built me into the woman that I am today, to be able to do lives with you guys and to be like pestering you guys to be like, I need this, can you give me this? Just those types of things. Yeah, but before pageantry, I would never have been able to do that because I'm an introvert by nature, and you wouldn't, like, if you're part of my friendship group, you would never say that I'm an introvert because I'm loud all the time. But pageants have allowed me to extend my friendship circle, which I'm so grateful for, and I'm glad that you're also finding that out as you've been doing pageants for the past year. But in terms of because it's different, this year has been different to last year, as we can all agree to. What's the preparation been like this year compared to the first year?
So this year, I think my eyes were open last year to what it entailed. I, like so many others, had no clue about all the work that you had to put in. I thought I was a hard worker, but I've been stretched beyond belief, and I think that's a really amazing thing. So this year, I've really looked at supporting my causes and my platform and taking it a step further. And, you know, with my own kind of self-care, I've been trying to make sure that I'm in the best shape, both kind of mentally and physically. Obviously, you know, we had the whole lockdowns and it's been a bit of an odd time. So things came at a bit of a halt. But in the last kind of while since I've known that we've had this coming, I've really been able to kind of get back onto track. And you know, even after the pageant finishes on Saturday, I think I'm going off into the new year on the right foot. So it's a really kind of exciting period, and it's been a really nice transitional moment for me this year. So yeah.
That's actually wonderful to hear. Especially if we can get positives out of this year, because I feel like with our media and everything else, it's just been filled with negative news left, right and center, that it's actually nice to hear good news and to be like, you know what, we're ending 2020 on a positive note. And that's also great to hear that you've got a positive perspective for the year of 2020. So that's actually wonderful to hear. But I'll get this question out of the way, because I feel like all you girls have been anticipating this question, and you've been like, oh, why are you asking this question? But I feel like it's such a typical one of why should you win Miss Universe GB?
Wow. Well, I saw you ask it, and I really did some kind of soul searching this week. I've been thinking, why? Yeah. Why should I win? You know, I really truly believe that every single woman in this competition is astoundingly wonderful in their own right.
Yeah.
And I think that's been a really healthy challenge for myself, to try and think why I deserve, or why I should be Miss Universe Great Britain. And I think it comes down to the way I see Miss Universe Great Britain. I think the person who gets the title should be someone who is resilient, who just keeps going, who never gives up, and who not only looks after and promotes their own causes, but also listens to those around her and become a true ally. Because at the end of the day, gaining equality and empowerment for women who look like me is not worthwhile. It has to be all women and anyone who identifies as a woman. And so the best thing that I could do as Miss Universe Great Britain is to listen and to take things on board and to lift people up. And I do that in my own career. And in the last year, I've created this film festival, and I've been trying to support emerging filmmakers on their goal. And I've realised that that's where the true joy comes from. It's not from my own success. It's from the success of all those around me, my whole peer group, the next generation. And so I think that's why I would love the title of Miss Universe Great Britain, because I'd love to have the opportunity to give that next generation the courage to be bold and brave and out there, and to really fiercely defend themselves and others.
That's amazing. No, it is. Like, honestly, during this week, speaking to all of you as finalists, I can't help but be inspired and be proud to also not only be British, but to know so many of you girls who are not only beautiful, but you guys are smart and hardworking and intelligent. And I know that you can go far in your respective fields. And I know that whoever's picked as the winner would do an amazing job in representing the United Kingdom well, Britain, I should get that right, because it's different. The United Kingdom is also competing against each other at internationals, but it's nice to see that whoever is picked, the crown will be in the right hands. But what is your platform?
So my platform is women's health. I grew up with a mum who has a disability, and I think health has been in the forefront of my mind growing up from a really early age. And I believe that if we really truly educate women about their bodies, to not be afraid or ashamed of them, to understand how they work, and to be able to give themselves agency through their own autonomy with their body, I believe that we can then empower women, and we will then gain the equality we deserve. So I think it all starts from that education around breaking the period taboo, talking about things that need to be heard, and really supporting women and taking their health seriously. So that's my platform, and I'm going to keep fighting, whether it's in this competition or on throughout my life, because I do believe that we need to. This is the moment to change. After this year, we've had such a odd changeable year that it's now we've got to start doing stuff. We can't stop anymore. So
yeah, it's a wonderful platform. And as a shameless plug for my friend Maddie, she created Code Red to educate women on, not women, but everybody on period poverty, and to help the homeless in providing them with sanitary towels. So it's someone that you can connect with and see if you guys can help each other with your platforms in terms of women's health. But just a little tidbit there.
Well, I'll follow it.
But I'll go into your DMs after this. But what would you bring to the crown in terms of, this question is sort of, does the crown need you, or do you need the crown kind of question?
Oh, I like that one. I would love to say that the crown just needs me, but I need it too. We all need something that helps us believe in ourselves. I believe that I'm confident, but I know that once you have people around you who support you and you have people to fight for, then you can make the right moves towards your goal. I think all this kind of half the crown would help me to become an even better person. But at the same time, I do believe that I could do something a little bit different with the crown, to bring my own personality and uniqueness to it.
Yeah. And again, that's a lovely answer. And, you know, because it's one of those where when I think about this question, it's always, you should never need the crown more than the crown needs you, in my own personal opinion, because I feel like the crown doesn't make the winner. The winner puts a spotlight on the crown in terms of your advocacies and what you believe in your platform. It all enhances the crown. And the crown is sort of a megaphone for who you are already. So you can't go into it without knowing who you are and what you want to do and what you stand for, because the crown is not going to give you that. The crown will only highlight that you don't actually have any of that. So I do like when finalists say that it's a mixture of both, because the crown is a megaphone for what you already have. So it's also nice to hear that you've got ideas of, it's a balance. And then in terms of what's the next 2 days, 2 crazy days looking like what's your focus for tomorrow and Saturday morning?
So for tomorrow, I'm looking to just get myself ready, to make sure I've got all of my dress sorted, my bag ready, I've got everything packed away, make sure that I've got all my work done besides all the pageant stuff, so I can focus really on enjoying the weekend, enjoying Saturday. And I think as it comes on, you know, into the later into Friday, it's all about self-care. It's all about checking in with yourself, making sure that you're feeling tip-top, ready to go, ready to give your all, give your best. And so I'm going to be doing a quite chilled Friday, ready, a bit of pamper session, because
we like to hear that. We do like to hear that. I get stressed on behalf of other people when they're not prepared, or when they're stressed. I become stressed. I'm an empathic person that way. But what's it been like getting to know some of the contestants competing this year? Because I know with events being cancelled, we haven't been able to meet up at events, we haven't been able to collaborate in terms of actual in real life. It's all been virtual. But what's the experience been like?
It's truly wonderful. It's just so nice to know that if you have a question, you can pop in the group chat and you can ask it. And everyone's been so supportive of each other, and it's just been a really nice experience. It's been difficult, of course, because it was lovely to see everyone in the flesh. But as we've all kind of adapted to moving everything online, it's been nice to kind of watch people from afar and see how they're doing and support them. And it's been an odd one, but it's been really nice. And I think even though it's not the normal sense that we still have that kind of sisterhood going. So
yeah. Oh, that's nice to hear. And I hope that the sisterhood does continue beyond the competition and so forth, and that you guys have managed to find a group that you gel with. But one of my favorite questions that I like to ask, and I like being asked of it, is who's your favorite queen, whether a Miss Universe TV queen or an international Miss Universe queen?
Oh, this is a tough one. I mean, Emma, of course, at the moment is rocking it.
Yeah.
She is definitely my pageant goals. But I think if I was to say an international queen, I'd say probably Catriona Gray.
Why?
She is just mesmerizing. You know, the confidence, what she stands for, her walk, her dresses, everything. I think I probably watched too many videos of her on YouTube. Probably fangirling a little too hard. So
there's nothing wrong with fangirling a bit too hard, and it's nice to know that you do actually look up to someone, because it's always nice to have aspirations as to who you want to become and who you want to emulate in terms in that way. So that's also nice to hear. All of you girls seem to have different queens for everybody, which is also nice. It's nice to know that you guys don't look up to the same person for the same reasons. It's a variety of people. And then in terms of, because you've only been doing pageants for 2 years now, no? This is your second year, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the questions that has popped up during this week is the use of social media, because this is a different year to how we've done things before, and social media content has been so important in terms of updating people who are supporting you and getting new people involved in pageantry and things like that. Do you think social media should be considered when competing in pageants?
It's a really tough one. I think there's a part of me that I feel a bit of a granny when it comes to technology. So social media completely scares me, but I use it for my own kind of business and for my films. And I think my sticking point sometimes with social media is that I think I get worried that people might not accept me. I think I'm so confident in real life that my online persona is the thing I'm now insecure about. And I guess it's a time to grow and learn with it. And I think throughout this year, I've become a lot more active on my social media, and I've been trying to promote what I believe in, who I am, who I really truly am on social media. I think that's been a really nice moment because I've been able to kind of collect all the things I care about and put them on this screen for people to look at and enjoy. But there is a part of me where if it is to be involved heavily in pageants, I'm a dance teacher as well, and so I look at my students and I often worry about them on social media getting the wrong ideas, because of course with any picture it's a snapshot of a moment in time. There's not much context to it, and so I do have just a little bit of a teacher moment where I'm like, oh, what does this mean for the next generation? But with pageants and with the women involved, I believe they can use social media in a really positive light. And I think that it's in the right hands to be used well, to be showing everyone what we're doing, how we're doing it, to use it as a social platform to speak out and raise your voice, whilst also being mindful of looking after the younger generation.
Yeah, I think we're the stepping stone of showing people how it can be done without any fear, and just putting out all our charity works, our work and things like that. And it's nice to see that there is some of, like this year, I have been amazed by the pageant community as a whole. Like, I am so inspired by all the charity work that has been done, the platforms that have come up during the year, that had I not been on social media, I would not have seen it. And if judges are not going to see that and judge on what we've done, it's kind of like this year, entire 2020 will kind of been erased, and it feels like, well, you actually haven't done anything, because nothing will be on paper. It's all on social media. So I think it's finding a way to balance it.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Yeah. But one of the things that I also wanted to ask as a newcomer as well is how can we get more people involved in pageantry, and what can we do to, because I know like once you get in, it's easy to get addicted to pageantry, because I've been like, I'm taking a break, I'm done, and I always come back. The break never lasts. So what can we do to like introduce new people to pageantry and to get a wider community to support the winners? Because I feel like every other country but the UK supports pageant queens and has a huge fan base. But what can we do to change that up?
I think you're right with social media. I think social media is where it starts. That's where we start being able to be role models to the next generation. We can bring them with us and say, this is what you can be, this is what you should be doing, this is all of the exciting things you could be involved with. But I also think it's the way we promote it in the media. Yeah. It's being more open and honest about what we're doing and why we're doing it. I think sometimes we often see a real antiquated view of pageantry, and we look at its history and it kind of sticks with our modern day life, when actually pageantry now is almost unrecognizable to what it used to be. And I think slowly we can show all these different things and all these multifaceted women. But I think that's where we need to go, because I think with women often in general, people will see women talking out and speaking up and just kind of go, oh, she's being bossy, or she's being overconfident or arrogant. And once we start breaking those stereotypes, I believe pageantry can start bringing in more people, because we need to be not scared of it. We need to celebrate it and enjoy it, because it can be so magical.
And it is. I think that's one thing that we as Pageant Land are trying to do, is also to reach out to people beyond the community, just to build a base to be like, these are the girls and this is what they're doing. They're amazing and they do things for charity. But one of the questions that I do feel like needs to be asked and needs to be talked about even more is this swimsuit rounds is a contentious subject with feminist and non-feminist. What's your thought on the swimsuit round? Is it still relevant to have it?
I struggled with this when I first thought about it. I really did. And I'm going to be totally truthful, because there's a part of me that goes, okay, the swimsuit rounds in older kind of pageantry times, you know, what did they stand for? Whereas now, looking at it and how my own relationship with the swimsuit round has been, I've realized that it's not about being judged on your physical appearance. It's about being able to stand there without any fancy dresses, without any fashionable clothing, bare and open, and saying, this is who I am. And I think if we start to look at it as not about a swimsuit, but about body empowerment and body positivity, then that's where we can go. I think sometimes the terminology and the idea that we're wearing swimsuits kind of sexualizes it, when actually it's not us sexualizing it, it's the looker-ons who don't know or understand about it. So it's turning little things and changing things and looking at it as women first, not bikinis first.
And I think that in itself is a whole nother life on its own to discuss it, because I think it's something that we as a pageant community need to actually get that message out to people, to be like, you guys are the ones sexualizing it, and you're turning it anti-feminist in terms of thinking that we do it because of how our bodies look. And everybody is a swimsuit body, in my opinion, and it's one of those where if you're comfortable in your body and how you look, then you should be proud of that and be able to present it on stage. One of our viewers says we need to change the name of the round to body positivity. It's a good idea. It's something that I can't do and you can't do. It's something that our directors, it will be up to them. But I think it's one of those things that we as contestants can also push forward the idea that maybe we might need to change the name. It's a good idea and it's a good suggestion to have, and it's something that I think I might ask one or two of the finalists. Next question. So for those watching the live and you've got a live with me, think on this question. It might come to you. But thank you so much for allowing me to take 30 minutes out of your day just to interview you and get to know you a little bit better, because I feel like with this year we've missed the chance of getting to know the finalists, and we've missed the chance of personally meeting you guys at events and communicating with you guys in person. So we as Pageant Land wanted to just get to know you guys a little bit better, invite the contestants in, and to be like, this is who's competing this weekend. And guys, make sure that you're voting, vote for your favorites, vote for everyone if that is your desire to as well. And we as a Pageant Land want you to have a good 2 days and wish you all the best luck on the final. We will be refreshing all the pages to be like, any updates?
Oh, well, thank you so much for having me. I absolutely loved it. And yeah, we'll see. Exciting couple of days.
Yeah, exciting couple of days. If you need to tag us, make sure you tag us on our Insta and the stories, and we'll always repost it in the run up to the finals. This is your moment to shine, and this is us. This is our way of also supporting you guys and giving back into the community. So good luck for the rest of the 2 days, and good luck for the final.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye.
darling. Bye.